Welcome everyone. My name is Rip Wilson. I am a senior product marketing manager here at NetApp. I've been here for quite a while, and lately I've been helping out with the ActiveIQ team and supporting this product. And I'm going to walk you through a quick introduction, have everybody get familiar with ActiveIQ and what we're doing today with this product. So to start off, what is ActiveIQ? It's really been evolving over time. It's changed a good bit over the years. And so I'm always sort of revisiting this idea of what is it? What are we doing with ActiveIQ to help our customers? And this is where we're at today. I see it as an intelligent and intuitive digital advisor. So we're using AIOps to provide customers with essential insights, automation, and support that helps them simplify the care and optimization of their NetApp environment. So this is really what it's coming down to, is helping customers take care of their environment in the easiest way possible. And this leads to reduced risk, higher availability, and then less time spent administering storage, right? So this, in my mind, is what it comes down to and what we're trying to accomplish with AIOps. And I think you're going to see that today with the demos, with some of the talk about the architectures and how we're doing things. But this is really what it's about. And then next thing I'd like to talk about is sort of how do we do that? So what's the process? So here we have all of our different NetApp platforms, from the ONTAP systems to our Centricity systems, the E-Series and EF Series, to our Element systems, NetApp HCI and SolidFire, as well as StorageGrid, right? So it's all about these systems, making sure they're healthy, trying to make sure they're optimized and efficient, and doing that in the fastest, easiest way possible. So these systems are all sending telemetry data back to the ActiveIQ intelligence platform. So this is where the magic happens, right? This is where we have 300,000 systems sending in data every day, sending in telemetry data about the configuration, about the alerts, about the processes that are happening to it, back into our big data lake here, where we're processing trillions of data points a month to do the data science, to do the magic, right? So we're using predictive analytics, we're using things like community wisdom, we're using machine learning, all these other techniques to try to draw conclusions. So from that comes these actionable insights, as well as prescriptive guidance for our customers. So telling them, here's what's going on, and here's what you need to do to remedy a risk, here's what you need to do to optimize your environment. And that all gets fed into several different tools to interpret those results. And this is really one of the things that makes ActiveIQ unique, is that we have lots of ways to consume these insights and guidance from ActiveIQ. So ActiveIQ itself has a web UI, which you're going to see today. We also have a mobile app. We also have API services that Marty's going to talk about a little bit as well. And then finally, these insights and guidance are also fed into our other management products, whether that's Unified Manager, whether that's Cloud Insights, and whether that's Fabric Orchestrator. So if Cloud Insights is your daily dashboard you fire up every day because you can see your entire infrastructure, you can see the servers and the networks and the host, we can feed these ActiveIQ alerts directly into that interface. And if then you see something that you need to take action on, you can dive into ActiveIQ to do that. Same with Unified Manager. So giving customers lots of ways to consume this.
Rip, so do people get this for free? Do they get it as part of buying an appliance? Do they get it if they're buying cloud solutions? How far do you push it?
They get it with a NetApp Support Edge contract. So if you're you have an active support contract, you get all the goodness of ActiveIQ included with that contract.
Okay, and what will happen about your cloud-based solutions, that the Azure NetApp Files type solutions? Will you be acting on that data as well?
Yes.
Producing feedback?
Cloud volumes on tab are coming into ActiveIQ. So that's also sending telemetry data in as well. So we can act on those. Yes. Okay. So then from this, whatever dashboard they're using, whatever tool they're using to manage their infrastructure, that's where then you take actions toward the storage systems. So this is now we're sort of closing the loop here. And once you've made the changes, once you've upgraded the software, once you've made whatever proactive care and optimization task that you've been guided towards, the system's in a new state, it starts sending telemetry data again, and the process just continues, right? So this is sort of the way ActiveIQ is working, sending telemetry data in, the AIOps intelligence giving you the guidance, taking actions on those systems, and it starts all over again. All right, so this is ActiveIQ.
Hey, Rip, does it plug into things like vRealize operations and things of that nature, or how does that interface work?
The APIs can be consumed. I don't know if we do something there. Do you know, Marty?
We don't have a direct integration. But you could use our APIs to integrate in using the ActiveIQ APIs.
So again, we like to think of ActiveIQ as a digital advisor. So it's giving customers the prescriptive best next actions to improve the overall health of their environment. We're going to take a look in the demo about what exactly that looks like. You can also expose risk factors and prevent problems before they affect your business. In my mind, this is sort of what it comes down to is how do I make sure my system is running optimally? I don't have any risk. I don't have anything that might be jeopardizing the health of my environment. We're doing that for you. And then knowing the benefits and effectiveness of the latest software updates so customers can upgrade with confidence. I think we always see if it's time to upgrade, this ActiveIQ is telling you to upgrade. And Marty's going to show a little bit of this in the demo. One of the great things about ActiveIQ is we tell you how many other NetApp customers have made this upgrade. And we can look at the risk that you may have in your current version of code and tell you with confidence, based on the other customers who have upgraded their systems, these risks have been remediated. So we're not just saying, hey, upgrade to the latest version. We have data that shows customers that, yes, this is a risk that's in your current version, and we know with certainty it's going to be fixed in the next one because it was fixed for all the other customers that upgraded. So we call this community wisdom of being able to look across the install base and understand what they're doing. And ultimately, again, it's about spending less time on storage and more time on strategic activities.
When you do that, can you actually then see how successful those pieces of advice have been? So imagine you give advice to somebody to say, apply this because it will fix this patch.
Right.
Can you see then whether the way you phrased it or the way you've written it or the way you've issued that piece of advice is more or less taken up by the clients? Because it could be that if you phrase it in such a way, everybody looks at it and says, oh, I must apply this, better get out and do that. But if you make it look like it's either complex to install or do, or people think, oh, we won't bother with that, it's not that important.
Right.
So I just wonder if you see different behaviors from people.
Yes, we can track remediation actions, like who did follow the advice that we had passed on. We can track that. Whether we've, I don't think we're tracking A/B testing of presenting it this way and presenting it this way and see which way is more effective.
Because that's quite relevant to to making sure a customer follows your advice.
Right.
If you don't phrase it correctly.
And I do think you will see that in the new experience, the new version. We're trying to, I do think we've made some changes to the interface for that, trying to reach that goal. So less about here are the risks that you have in your environment and more about these are the actions you need to take to alleviate these numbers of risk. Right. And so making it a lot more straightforward, this one action might fix 10 risks. And a 1 looks a lot better than a 10 when you're trying to, how many things I have to do today. So we are doing some of that. The Upgrade Advisor will show different versions. Here's the version we're recommending, and here's why. Here are your other choices, but we really think you should go with this one, and this is how many other people have gone to that one, and trying to help, again, move things along so they can do that with confidence. Yeah.
So this is more statistical feedback for you because it's AIOps, right? So you're looking at a lot of data points. Is it? Is everyone contributing to the data points to make the analysis?
Yes, all the customers with auto support turned on, that data is automatically fed back into our data hub.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is for NetApp environments. You ever tried, go up in stack? I mean, also analyzing what happens at the application level, operating system level, other things like that, to have a complete view.
Right. So we're doing some of that with Cloud Insights today. So that's our tool to sort of see the full stack analysis and monitoring and reporting and monitoring your environment and checking on your environment. We are certainly looking at the data hub in this picture of increasing the number of inputs that are coming in, so we can do more full stack analysis when we're doing the machine learning and the AIOps and stuff. It is on more than the storage. So what we're seeing today is we're pulling more data in from Unified Manager into this data hub, as well as we're looking to start now pulling in some of the Cloud Insights intelligence into it as well, so that you're right, so we can get more of a full stack view and start doing the AI and ML on more data. So the more data we get in, the better that's. And historically, it's been really based on the auto support telemetry that's feeding in here. But now there's the Unified Manager stuff coming in, soon the Cloud Insights coming in, and so it's just going to keep getting better and better.
You guys actually profile the kind of applications that you look at and so on, like here's databases and here's Oracle, here's SQL Server, that kind of thing.
We do some of that. So we do have a feature called workload tagging, which allows customers to come in and say these volumes are all. So we do some of it ourselves and try to look at volume names and other characteristics and figure out this is a database volume, this is file services, whatever it might be. But we also allow customers to come in and do that, so they can really take and see what we think it is, and make corrections or just go in themselves and say, this is Oracle, this is Oracle, this is Oracle, this is whatever else. And then they can now take that and compare it against other customers with Oracle databases. What kind of efficiencies are they getting? What kind of best practices are they getting? So yes, we've introduced that, and that will continue to be enhanced.
All right, cool.
Okay. All right, so we do have some, some data points that we've seen over the years of watching customers. 98% of technical issues are predicted, and resolution is sent on to the customer. So, and this is an example of, knowing that this risk is here, and here's how you fix it, and automating that. And, I've spoken to customers, and I know that what they're, customers with big environments with lots of different systems are running different versions of the configuration. Being able to direct them to exactly how they're going to remediate this risk is a huge help. So they're not having to search through a support database or read through forums to try to figure it out. We tell them exactly what they need to do to fix their system with that configuration. We also know that there are 85% fewer severity 1 or priority 1 cases solved by following the guidance of ActiveIQ. So customers that are making the upgrades we recommend experience 85% fewer problems. And then if you do have to call into support, we're resolving issues 60% faster, thanks to the data that's being sent in to ActiveIQ.
Are any of the issues resolved automatically, or are they just given, this is the issue, how to resolve it?
So we do some automatic sending out drives and things like that if we know a failure is coming or failures happen. Marty's going to show you an example where we are creating a push button fix it. So not necessarily doing it without letting you know, and letting you know, hey, here's what's happening, and push a button and we'll fix it for you. Which is really the next step I think that we're trying to achieve.
So all your support teams have access to ActiveIQ capabilities for the customer when they get a call and stuff like that.
Yep. As well as our partners. So our partners can see the ActiveIQ for their customers, so they can see the same things their customers are seeing in terms of what systems need to upgrade, what support contracts might be expiring, what risk I have. They can use the tools, the Upgrade Advisor tools, to help make recommendations to their customers or offer services to their customers and say, all right, you're on this version. We allow you to test and put in all the other versions you could upgrade to, and we can look at the effectiveness of that upgrade based on the risk that they have. So there's lots of intelligence there that customers have access to, our partners have access to, our sales teams have access to, as well as support.
So does ActiveIQ sort of profile the user environment to understand what sort of, I/O workload it uses to understand these are the sorts of things that you're at risk for because you're not at the right level, or is it more generic from a perspective of, this release fixes these problems? And,
the level of, we do some stuff with telling you that, hey, you should probably use this volume be better suited on flash. Looking at your I/O profile and the amount of work you're putting on it, moving it off disk and onto flash would be a good idea for that. We do also are watching and seeing that, hey, you've got an older system, it's time to upgrade. This would really be a good fit to upgrade to all-flash FAS based on the kind of workload you're doing it today. Or maybe is a better fit for HCI or SolidFire based on how you're using your environment today.
But
so we're doing some of that sort of stuff.
So following this, I don't know if you meant SLAs. I mean, so can I set up an SLA on ActiveIQ and say I want to see if the trend is somehow negative, so that in 30 days I
AIOps, performance, latency, sort of.
There is some performance monitoring in that that we can track that. Cloud Insights is doing a lot of that as well. It does some really good monitoring of, and I think we have a screenshot where you can see some of the performance characteristics that are coming through there. Unified Manager does some of that as well.
Are they integrated? Because Cloud Insights and ActiveIQ, I mean, so they access the same data, and you have a different view because you are up around the stack, but actually, do they work together, or?
Same thing with Unified Manager.
Because, one looks like an extension of the other.
Right. Right.
But it's not clear if they are really integrated or not.
We're on the path to integrating. I'll demo some of the integration that's happening today where Cloud Insights uses the capabilities of ActiveIQ. It does monitor different data sets. It is multi-cloud, multi-vendor as well, so it's looking across that stack. So there's different use cases where Cloud Insights is really optimal at real-time monitoring for around performance, for example, not just for NetApp, but for multi-vendor.
Have you had any data privacy concerns about customers having that telemetry data shared with, like, for example, your sales team?
No, and from a community wisdom perspective, and from a seeing the effectiveness of upgrade, that stuff is all anonymized from seeing what other people are doing. You don't know, are other financial institutions doing this, or we're not doing that level of scrubbing. And the data being shared is more of just what's your capacity utilization. So if you're bringing up ActiveIQ, you're not seeing any real data. You're more seeing configuration traits of the environment.
Okay.
Are you looking at the NetApp side of things, or are you also looking at what I think Enrico already asked, what is higher up the stack? So if you're giving a resolution for what you see on your side, does that also encounter that there's something running on that particular set? So if you upgrade, it might mean that you need to upgrade some other things in your environment as well.
We'll see some of that. We do, from a basic interop perspective of the things that are touching the storage, yes. So we can say your HBAs aren't right. You need to upgrade your host bus adapters first before you can upgrade your storage, because something might break. So we're doing, as far as what's going to touch the storage, yes, we're doing checkings before we recommend an upgrade. And Marty will show that. So, Chris asked this, ActiveIQ capabilities are offered or part of our new Support Edge offerings. So, this is something we've rolled out at Insight, where the new platforms are coming out with this Support Edge Advisor and the Support Edge Expert. So from an advisor tier, this is really where ActiveIQ plays an integral role in this support offering, being your digital advisor, helping you with highly reliable, predictive, and comprehensive support. And then if you want more of a hands-on approach, you want a more personalized approach, you can upgrade to the Support Edge Expert. But ActiveIQ, part of your NetApp support. Okay, so that's what I had, and I'm going to wrap up, pass it on to Marty, let him dive into a demo, and you can see what it looks like.
One question.
Okay.
NetApp supports storage virtualization, so ActiveIQ would be active for external storage that's being virtualized through NetApp solutions?
What do you think, Marty?
Can you ask the question again?
NetApp used to support storage virtualization, where you had internal storage, which is on the NetApp solution, and the external storage, which could have been like IBM or EMC, that was actually being accessed.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. Yes, we do support that. So that's considered on tap, and that telemetry is coming back. Yes.
Okay.
It's all part of the product.
Yep.
So have you ever tried to explore, the possibility to support other storage vendors? I mean, the more info you can collect as a user of the entire environment, not just NetApp, the better.
Right.
So I know that you can't provide the same level of accuracy or the same level of install dispatch, because you are not the support contract owner. So, but actually there are a lot of indication that you can give on this system just by analyzing the information, and everybody now exposes APIs.
I think today the answer is Cloud Insights, where we're viewing you can view any other storage vendor out there today, and the switches, the servers and whatnot, and at least do the reporting part of it. So monitoring it, looking for stranded capacity, looking for performance hotspots, those sorts of things. We can see the full environment. The next step would be, all right, can we start ingesting some of that data and using it for our own, the ActiveIQ type intelligence and AIOps on those other vendor storage systems? I don't know.
That's not really the product strategy for ActiveIQ. ActiveIQ is very focused on NetApp.
Yeah.
Okay. What can we learn about NetApp to improve that experience?
Okay. How much of this data do you use in the sales process? Because clearly you've got a very good insight into what customers are growing in terms of capacity, or machines that might need replacing, or all sorts of other different aspects you could use that data for in terms of selling back to the customer.
Yeah, it's a key, the data that we use, it's a key input for any sort of sizing that we're doing around tech refreshes in customer environments. as well as in greenfield. In tech refreshes, this is an absolute input to see what are the workloads, what does the new platform need to look like based upon the workloads that you have. It's essential, it's available for our sales teams and our partners as they are working with the customer to really provide them the right solution. So it is very much part of how we work and build that relationship with the customer and what is the solution that they need using this data.
But the customer gives you access to the data. It's not that you always have access to their data. I mean, you can't just the customer say, oh, we see that your system is going, to need a refresh in 3 months.
Sure.
You want me to send me a...
It's working. Yeah, it's working with the customer through their regular process as the trusted advisor. We use that data to the data that we have coming back with the telemetry. If we need additional data to supplement that, then of course we work with the customer to collect that data in our sizing workflows.
Yeah, overlaps seems like overlaps with some of your tools like OCI, Workbench Advisors. What's going to happen to that?
Yeah, so the integrations that we're doing with Cloud Insights, again, different types of use case where Cloud Insights is very focused on multi-vendor, multi-cloud, monitoring, capacity planning, optimization, while ActiveIQ is deeply focused on the NetApp storage layer.
On the infrastructure itself.
Exactly.
Right.
And so bringing that experience together is our focus. And then tying that data together in the longer term to make it more of an ease of use.
So are you guys still going out there to sell things like OCI or Workbench Advisors? An
OCI is a different use case than ActiveIQ. Again, it's really looking at the full infrastructure, multi-vendor, on-premises sort of monitoring and management, solving different problems than what ActiveIQ is looking at.
Okay.